Hello, good morning, student. Today we will discuss Newton's law of cooling. We all know that if we keep a container which have hot water in it, becomes cool after some time later because it exchanges the heat from the surrounding. Newton has given a very important law of cooling, and according to Newton's law of motion, Newton's law of cooling, the rate of loss of heat of hot body is directly proportional to the difference between the temperature of hot body and the surrounding. If the difference between the temperature of hot body and surrounding is much, then rate of loss of heat will be more. Say for example, the tea becomes cold or tea loses its temperature in winter season more than the summer season. So what is rate of loss of heat? We will represent rate of loss of heat by symbol dq by dt. This is rate of loss of heat dq by dt with negative sign, which means the heat is losing and it is directly proportional to the temperature of hot body minus the temperature of surrounding. This is one calorimeter in which we have two thermometers. This is thermometer 1 and this is one thermometer and this is thermometer 2. This thermometer measures the temperature of surrounding. This thermometer measures the temperature of hot water. This is calorimeter, copper calorimeter. You might have seen the copper calorimeter in the laboratory while doing the experiment to find out the depth and radius of calorimeter, copper calorimeter. It is 3/4 filled with the water and its initial temperature, say for example 70 degrees Celsius. So according to Newton's law of motion, the rate of loss of heat minus dq by dt is directly proportional to the difference between the temperature of hot body minus the temperature of surrounding. To remove this proportionality sign, take one constant dq by dt. This is equal to k T2 minus T1. Okay, and write here the equation number 1. Now we know the definition of specific heat, in which dq equal to ms dt, but m is the mass of the liquid, S is specific heat, and dt is temperature. So here, suppose this liquid consists, or its temperature is, initial temperature is 70 degrees Celsius, and after some time later, so this 70 degree we can write T2, and after some time later, suppose it becomes 60 degree, that is T2 dash. So what will be T2 minus T2 dash? T2 minus T2 dash will be dT2. So that dT2 we will write here. So it will become the from a definition of specific heat, dq equal to m s dT2. This is equation 3. Now put the value of this dq in this equation. So by using equation 1 and 3, from equation 1 and 3, it will become this dq, the value of dq, ms dt2 will be here. So minus ms dt2 upon dt, this is equal to k T2 minus T1. Then we can rearrange it. We can rearrange, because here this, now I will rub this. Now see, after this ms you bring here, minus dt2, let it be there, upon dt also there, but this ms bring here in the denominator of k. So k upon ms in bracket T2 minus T1, the difference in the temperature of surrounding and the hot body. This dt stands for time. Now if you bring this T2 minus T1 here, so minus dt2 upon T2 minus T1, it is equal to k by ms. Take one big K into dt, where big K, it is equal to small k upon ms. Then this minus sign you can bring here or let it be there, and then integrate dt2 upon T2 minus T1, it is equal to integral of minus k dt. Integral of minus k dt. Then it will become log ex. Which will become log ex? This. Integral of 1 upon x is what? 1 upon x dx. It is equal to log ex. This is our formula since integral of this. So now in this equation, say this equation number is 4. So we will use this 1 upon x dx identity here. So it will become, after this we will write there. So it will become what it will become, dt2 upon T2 minus T1, it is equal to integral of k dt, integral here. So this will become log e T2 minus T1, and it will be minus kt plus constant of integral c plus c, constant of integral. So then it will become, take anti-log now, anti-log, when we take anti-log, so it will become e log, so it will cut, it will become T2 minus T1, it is equal to e to the power minus kt plus c. This will be T2 minus T1. Here you can write e to the power minus kt dot e to the power c. E to the power c, it is another constant, say t dash, c dash. Therefore the whole equation will be T2 minus T1, it is equal to c dash e to the power minus kt. And this is only the Newton's law of cooling. If the hot body is losing its temperature, and the graph will be like this, the graph will be the decreasing graph. Here we have temperature, and here we have time. This is the graph between time in minute. In our laboratory we have this experiment in which we use hot water, and one activity also we have. In that activity generally we do we use the wax and we measure the temperature of wax. Okay, so this identity you can use, and this is the Newton's law of cooling. Now let us see the black body radiation. And black body means sun is a black body, but black body, it does not mean a black object. Black body is that which absorbs all the radiation at low temperature and it emits all that radiation at high temperature. That is called a black body. And in the year 1880, Prigsheim performed this experiment. And what he did in his experiment, he used one black body and he plotted one graph between the emitted radiation on x-axis, wavelength of emitted radiation, and energy per meter square per second on y-axis. So if you see the graph, you will find that the graph, the energy is increasing, because here we have energy wavelength. As well as wavelength increases, energy increases, and at this point we get one peak and then energy decreases. If we repeat the experiment for the more temperatures, say previously it was at 1000 degree Kelvin, now it is 1260 Kelvin. So when we perform the experiment in this, the shape of the graph is almost same. Only thing is what? The emitted energy. Earlier for the wavelength lambda m, this was the lambda m. Now the lambda m is here. Then further if we perform the experiment, then it is here, then it is here. So if we join all these points, what we will get? This is, which means the lambda m is inversely proportional to 1 by T. And this is what we know, the Wien's displacement law. Temperature is inversely proportional, displacement law. And to remove this proportionality sign, take one constant B upon T, lambda m into T, it is equal to B. This B is a constant and the value of B will be 2.88 10 to the power minus 3 meter into Kelvin. Because lambda, its unit will be meter and its unit will be Kelvin. So this is Wien's displacement law. It is of, this is very important for us. So black body, from black body radiation, the Wien's displacement law came. Later on, Stephen also calculated, what he calculated, that the energy emitted per meter square, energy emitted per meter square per second, it is directly proportional to the 4th power of absolute temperature, or E lambda, it is directly proportional to T to the power 4. This is called the Stephen's law. Stephen's law. And to remove this proportionality sign, we can take one constant, that is sigma T to the power 4, and the sigma will have the value 5.64 10 to the power minus 8 joule per meter square per second into Kelvin to the power 4. This is the sigma, Stephen's law. Now, what is the use of this black body curve and how we can understand the black body? Coal you can consider as a black body because it appears black. Anything which appears black, the reason for that it absorbs all the radiation. Suppose the board appears green or this chalk appears yellow. So when chalk appears yellow, that means it is reflecting the yellow color and it is absorbing all other colors except yellow color. So anything which appears black, it means it is absorbing all the radiation which is falling over it and it is not reflecting anything. So if we have one coal piece, अगर आपने coal piece लिया है, coal, so this coal piece will appear black to us at normal temperature, but when we provide heat to it, जब इसको heat देंगे तो initially it will emit orange color, then it will emit red color, then if further temperature increase, then it will give us the blue color, and finally at very high temperature it will become white. This particular experiment shows that at high temperature it emits all the radiation, but at low temperature or at the beginning it appears black. Sun is also a black body, and earlier all the substances which emit radiation, for that the curve between emitted energy and wavelength was this, and nobody could explain why it is increasing and it is decreasing. It was Max Planck in the year Max Planck, इन्होंने 1901 में एक लॉ दिया था कि द एनर्जी एमिटेड इट इज E इक्वल टू एच न्यू. ये वाला जो फार्मूला आया था E इक्वल टू एच न्यू, कि जो एनर्जी निकलती है वो फोटोन के फॉर्म में निकलती है. बिफोर दिस, से इन 1880 और बिफोर दैट, people were considering that energy depends upon the amplitude. Now they know that the energy is directly proportional to the frequency. Hence, this curve have given the clue to the modern quantum mechanics. Only after 1901, the quantum mechanics developed. Then later on, the Newton, Albert Einstein, de Broglie, even Rutherford and Bohr in 1909, they used this curve, this concept E equal to h nu. Therefore, it has given the backbone, or it has given the clue for the development of the quantum mechanics. We have one more thing in our syllabus, that is the greenhouse effect. You all know about that greenhouse effect. Due to the trapping of carbon dioxide in our surrounding, the temperature is increasing. So suppose this is our earth and this is our blanket of carbon dioxide. So when radiation falls over the surface of the earth, then it is the tendency of the carbon dioxide molecule that they absorbs all the radiation. They absorbs the IR radiation. जितने भी रेडिएशन हमारी अर्थ पे गिरते हैं उसमें से ये अर्थ का सरफेस है. सो अर्थ का सरफेस है ये, तो यहाँ पर कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड मॉलिक्यूल उन IR को एब्जॉर्ब करता है. रेडिएशन विल कम, इट विल गो एंड इट विल एब्जॉर्ब बाय द IR रेडिएशन. We get these kind of radiation, X rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet, violet के बाद VIB, GYOR. After R we get infrared, then we get microwave, and then radio waves. All these waves we get from the sun, and from that, this only the IR radiation have the tendency to increase the temperature or to maintain the temperature, hot temperature of earth. So if the percentage of carbon dioxide will increase in our earth due to pollution, due to different reasons, then what will happen that after some time later, the temperature of Earth, average temperature of Earth may increase from 29 to 31 degrees Celsius, which will be sufficient to melt the glacier, and it will form the water. The size of glacier is too much and it will form the water, and this water will increase the sea level, and then coastal areas like Mumbai's coastal area and Bangladesh, Maldives, they will be no more after 2030. So this is all the heating effect. Thank you. This much only.